Next, a reality star accused of crimes against kids, how he is responding tonight.
And what not to eat if you don't want mosquitoes to bite, next.
There are a lot of channels on your TV, but only so many you want to watch. What if you could pay for the types of channels you want, and not the ones you don't? Now, Fios brings you a totally new way to customize your TV, starting at $74.99 per month with no annual contract. Get custom TV, including internet and phone, price guaranteed for 2 years.
Even before you do.
And from road conditions to weather, CBS.
Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti QX60 for $399 a month. Visit your Tri-State Infiniti retailer.
Live from the CBS Broadcast Center in New York City, this is CBS 2 News at 11.
Steady stream of traffic on the roads tonight as thousands try to get out of town, but could a chance of rain ruin your holiday weekend plans? Good evening, everyone. I'm Maurice DuBois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. From road conditions to weather, CBS 2 has got all your Memorial Day weekend covered. And we start with Weijia Jiang out on the roads, live from Mobile 2 now. Weijia, how do the roads look?
Hey, Christine and Maurice, you can see right now here on the New Jersey Turnpike, the traffic looks great in both directions. And this is actually what it looks like on the Garden State Parkway as well, where we came from. Traffic started clearing up around 9 o'clock tonight on all the major roads, but that was after hours of gridlock because, as you mentioned, people were making a mad dash to get out of town. Traveling on Memorial Day likely leads to one question.
I always want to ask how much longer, again and again.
Because getting there, maneuvering through heavy traffic like this can be frustrating.
It took us about 2 hours to go 20 miles.
We found the Soliday family taking a much-needed break during their trip from Bethpage, Long Island to Wildwood, New Jersey.
So far, right now, we've been in the car for over 3.5 hours.
How's traffic been?
Awful.
Some back roads were less crowded, but filled with police pulling over speeders. The New Jersey State Police has an extra 200 troopers on patrol from now until Tuesday at 6 a.m. But you might not see some of them. A new tool called a ghost car is exactly that. They're dark and appear unmarked, but there's a faint slogan on the side. Officers are out in force in New York, too, watching drivers heading to Long Island and the historic air show over Jones Beach. Visitors can expect new attractions this year.
It is going to be a soup to nuts changeover for Jones Beach. We're bringing a 20th century park into the 21st century.
A kickoff to the unofficial start of summer, something everyone in the tri-state seems to be ready for.
You kind of get the first waves of heat and it kind of just kicks off the whole summer, so it's really fun to just celebrate and get ready for what's to come.
I like to think of it as a day we pay tribute to our veterans, and there's parades in the town and, you know, things like that, and we get our hot dogs and burgers going and things like that.
And it finally feels like summer.
Yes, that's right.
So if you have yet to leave for your getaway, travel experts say you should do that by 7 o'clock in the morning to avoid traffic. And then for your return trip on Monday, the busiest time is going to be from 6 p.m. to midnight. So you might have to sacrifice a few hours of vacation to avoid getting stuck in all that traffic coming home. For now, we are live on the New Jersey Turnpike in Mobile 2. Weijia Jiang, CBS 2 News.
Weijia, thank you. Now to Lonnie Quinn watching the forecast for us. He's with the Mobile Weather Lab live in Columbus Circle tonight. And Lonnie, some areas started the weekend with some rain.
Well, okay, look, there's a little bit of rain out there, but don't let that get your spirits down, KJ, because we're going to do just fine this holiday weekend. Now, behind me, look at this. I was with you earlier, KJ, as you know, at the 5 o'clock newscast, and I was on the West Side Highway. Cars were barely moving. That's the way cars were built, to move on the roadways. They're moving a little bit here, but it's been tough going on our roadways. Checking in on the temperatures. Mobile Weather Lab parked right here on the corner in Columbus Circle, 63.5 degrees. As I give you a different view of New York City right now, looking down on the city, you do have a 63-degree reading. We have dropped 4 degrees in an hour. The bigger radar picture is going to show you no rain right now on shore. That is a couple of showers offshore. The bigger picture, we've got a freeze warning north of New York City. Sullivan County, Ulster County down below freezing tonight. But for tomorrow, cool air filters in, but it's combined with sunshine. So here's your Memorial holiday weekend forecast. 69 tomorrow. It's cool, but it's sunny, 80 on Sunday, so you're going to have a lot of sunshine and warmer temperatures, and then a slight chance for a shower. I think for the most part, Memorial Day Monday is looking much better than we had thought before. Guys, we're live in Columbus Circle with the Mobile Weather Lab. Let's go back to you in the studio.
Okay, Lonnie, thank you. All over the city this weekend, you will see men and women in uniform as Fleet Week is in full swing. Some of them drawing a crowd in Times Square tonight. Here's CBS 2's Tracy Carrasco.
From South Carolina to New York City, the Paris Island Marine Band put on quite a show in Times Square tonight.
I'll take you.
The Marines, sailors, and Coast Guardsmen, easy to spot in their uniforms and drawing a crowd everywhere they go. Our deserving service members taking in all the city sights.
New York's been great. We went to Central Park. They had a great time there.
We went to see the Statue of Liberty earlier this morning.
Most seeing the Big Apple for the first time ever. What do you think of the city so far?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's very intimidating at first. It's really huge, but it's great. I love it.
And when they're not being stopped on the street to pose for a picture,
give them a hug.
They're being stopped by those grateful for their service and also to remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
Thank you for your service, guys.
It gives me that good feeling like this is what I'm fighting for.
A feeling they say stays with them not only on Memorial Day, but every day. There are Fleet Week events going on all weekend long, including Monday, Memorial Day, and then everyone ships out from here on Tuesday. Reporting from the Intrepid on the west side, Tracy Carrasco, CBS 2 News.
And do stay with CBS 2 throughout the holiday weekend. You can find traffic updates and the forecast anytime at cbsnewyork.com.
New tonight, now blatant racism on Long Island. A Lindenhurst family receives a letter telling them to leave town because they don't belong. As CBS 2's Dave Carlin reports, the Suffolk County Police Hate Crimes Unit is now investigating.
Attention, African-American family.
Ronika Copes says she can't stomach the shocking anonymous letter sent to her Lindenhurst home this week.
You don't belong here.
But because she wants people to know its hateful message, she reads on.
Lindenhurst is 84% white population. It will be better for all of us. Find the town where there are more people like you. Sorry if this is rude, but it's the truth.
She did not share the letter with the young nieces and nephews who live with her, but she immediately told her mother and her sister, who urged her to call the cops.
We're just not going to tolerate it.
Police now have the envelope with its May 19th postmark and the original letter. Nothing on it is handwritten, and police say getting DNA evidence from it will be a challenge. Now family members say wherever they go in Lindenhurst, the grocery store or gas station, they're sizing up strangers, wondering, is that person the one?
And you don't know who it is, so you're looking over your back.
The family appreciates support from many neighbors, including 10-year-old Samantha Sullivan, who brought balloons and flowers to Ronika's mom.
To not feel like not everyone doesn't want them here. Like a lot of people do want them here.
That's embarrassing. Like, who wants to be from a town that people discriminate like that?
Some moron wrote a letter and said the whole town agrees to it, but that moron didn't check with me.
We won't be leaving Lindenhurst, and if we do, it won't be because of this letter.
Theirs is a home where hatred slipped in, but the letter also sparked strength and unity. In Lindenhurst, Suffolk County, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
New developments tonight in the Washington Mansion murder. In court today, a judge denied bond to the suspect, Darren Wint. Police arrested him last night after U.S. Marshals say they tracked him to New York and back to a Maryland hotel. Wint is accused of killing a family and their housekeeper before setting the house on fire. But police say there is no way he could have done it alone.
Our work is not done. We will continue to investigate this case and bring all charges that are appropriate in the coming weeks.
5 others were arrested with Wint last night, but so far no one else has been charged. And police want to know if you recognize this man. Police say he's one of 2 suspects in the killing of a 14-year-old boy in the Bronx. Christopher Duran was shot in Concourse Village this morning. Investigators say Duran was walking his younger brother to school when 2 suspects approached him. Family and friends describe him as a good kid, but police say he associated with gang members. As investigators are not sure Duran was the intended target.
A funeral was held tonight for Dr. Derek Griffith, a victim of the deadly Amtrak derailment. Mourners gathered at the Community Protestant Church in the Bronx. Griffith was one of 8 people killed when the train derailed near Philadelphia earlier this month. He was the acting dean of Student Affairs and Enrollment Management at CUNY's Medgar Evers College. A scholarship fund has now been set up by the school in his name.
A freak accident in Upper Manhattan. A woman dies after slipping down a stairway, crashing through a window, and plunging 5 stories to the ground. Police say 67-year-old Francisca Fernandez took that devastating fall Thursday night in her son's Inwood apartment building. Photos taken right after she fell show no protective guards on the window.
She fall down in the stairs and go straight in the window, break the window because the window doesn't have brakes. No good.
There was a safety guard on the window today. The city says if there were children living in the building under the age of 10, there should have been window guards. Fernandez was visiting from the Dominican Republic.
Some new video tonight of an arson suspect in Flatbush, Brooklyn. Police say that they're looking for this person accused of setting a gynecologist office on fire twice in 1 week. Surveillance cameras caught the suspect smashing the front door of the office, and then you see him set something on fire and throw it into the building. No injuries were reported.
Dramatic video as a suspected would-be carjacker is caught.
You weren't trying to rob me. You just get in random people's cars, huh?
Still ahead, the man who took control before the police even arrived.
Oh, I thought it was garbage.
Yep. 7 or 8 people.
A hidden treasure found in a New Jersey apartment. What one man discovered inside a wall that had been there for decades, and how much it's worth.
And it's that time of year, mosquito season. Will you be a target? It turns out it depends on what you eat and drink.
Saturday morning, marble floors and a private garden. Eleanor Roosevelt once called it home, living large on the Upper East Side. Then, fun things to do in the city for Fleet Week. Plus, your holiday weekend forecast from the CBS-2 weather team. Saturday morning.
It's that time of year, Memorial Day weekend. And who's got you covered? We do. It's time to celebrate. We're the master of the 3-day weekend. And you know how to get things cooking or just chill out. So let's get your favorite this, your need to have it that, because you deserve it. And we have it at PC Richard & Son.
We're slashing prices on appliances, televisions, mattresses, every department store-wide.
PC Richard & Son, the appliance, electronics, and mattress giant.
It's called an honest day's work, but thousands of construction workers aren't getting an honest day's pay. Developers getting millions in tax breaks to build housing aren't ensuring their workers who build it earn a middle-class wage. Some workers even report being paid as low as $12 an hour. And irresponsible developers like L&M are using contractors with track records of stealing workers' wages. People who work in the city should be able to afford to live in the city. Public funds come with public responsibilities. Tell Albany, fix 421A.
Your treatment plan should focus on keeping your body strong so you can fight your cancer without ever missing a beat. That's the power of integrative therapies. The evolution of cancer care is here. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Let's play True or False with Verizon Fios. Question number 1. Verizon claims their Wi-Fi router is the fastest. Is this true or false? The answer is false. Sorry, Verizon. The Optimum router is unbeatable. Plus, you charge $200 and ours is free. Okay, question number 2. Verizon also claims they have the fastest Wi-Fi available, period. Is this true or false? The answer is also false. Nice try again, Verizon. How can you have the fastest Wi-Fi when you don't even have a Wi-Fi network?
I wanted a gorgeous family room, like you see in the magazines. Bassett helped me with a complete makeover.
Save 25% store-wide during Bassett's Memorial Day sale.
I got the room I always imagined.
This is amazing.
I love this car.
Real people are discovering surprising things at Chevy.
This is a road trip car.
We're sold. It's so pretty.
They're good-looking cars. It feels great.
Perfect. This is not what I would expect from a Chevy at all.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this 2015 Chevy Equinox LT for around $189 a month. Or during the Chevy Memorial Day sale, get cash back for 15% of the MSRP on select 2015 models in stock the longest. Visit your local Chevy dealer.
Weather is powered by your local Chevy dealer. Find new roads.
You made a mistake and got in my goddamn car. Yeah, you're right. That is a mistake.
A driver in Atlanta turns the tables on a would-be carjacker. When the suspect got into the driver's car in a parking lot, the car owner pulled out a gun. He made the alleged thief get on the ground and held him there at gunpoint for several minutes until police arrived.
I look at it like this. Hey, that's one less guy I've got to worry about. bothering my mom when she was out grocery shopping.
One police officer even shook the driver's hand before they put the suspect in handcuffs. Well, we got our first look today at the first batch of Hillary Clinton's emails released by the State Department, and she talked about it on the campaign trail, saying the information in the emails was handled appropriately and the voters will ultimately decide. 296 messages were about the 2012 attack on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya, in which Ambassador Chris Stevens was killed. One email received on her private server has now been classified at the direction of the FBI.
The popular cable TV show 19 Kids and Counting was pulled off the air after molestation allegations surfaced against one of its stars. Josh Duggar apologized, saying, quote, he acted inexcusably. Duggar reportedly admitted to sexually abusing girls in 2002 and 2003 when he was a teenager. Reports say he initially confessed to his father, Jim Bob Duggar, who did not immediately contact the police. No charges were filed, and yesterday a judge ordered the records destroyed. The 27-year-old Duggar has also resigned from his role with the Conservative Family Research Council. And police on Long Island arrest a Long Island high school senior after breaking up a party at his home. Investigators say Jake Sandler threw a party in the middle of the day on Thursday at his home in Lynbrook. Neighbors called the police after about 70 kids showed up. Police say they caught kids ages 18 to 20 drinking alcohol. The parents were not home. Sandler, who's about to graduate, was issued an appearance ticket for violating the social host law.
New tonight now, a New Jersey man finds a treasure buried in the walls of his apartment. It was hidden for decades, and he discovered it by accident. CBS 2's Matt Kozar has his story.
These are all ball players.
Rafael Torres found this treasure trove of nearly century-old baseball cards in the wall of his Jersey City apartment.
When I finally realized what it was, I was like, holy cow, these things could be worth some serious money.
Torres had been searching for raccoons in the attic when he says he dropped his phone behind a bedroom wall. When he cut a hole in the sheetrock to get it back, he says he found the cards.
All of a sudden, I see a corner of my eye, I see a Babe Ruth card. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, Babe, no way, it can't be Babe Ruth.
262 cards dating back to the 1920s. Baseball players, boxers, presidents, and even cartoons, some in better condition than others.
The collection's probably worth about $10,000.
Leighton Sheldon owns JustCollect.com, a company that buys and sells vintage cards and memorabilia. He examined photos of Torres's collection and says if they were in pristine condition, they'd be worth $100,000. Sheldon says the cards were printed on sheets as a way to market them to kids.
If you went to the store and you bought a strip of, let's say, 10 cards, it's kind of fun for a kid to go home, cut them out nice and neatly, play with them and trade them and such.
This is the $1,500 card.
The Babe Ruth cards are worth the most.
If I can get 10 grand plus my income taxes next year, man, I'm out of here. I can move back to Florida.
Thank goodness for those raccoons. In Jersey City, Matt Kozar, CBS 2 News.
That's a gold mine. Well, tonight, a warning for parents as their kids get ready to hit the pool this summer. The Centers for Disease Control says children should avoid underwater breath-holding games. The fear, of course, is people could pass out and drown. The CDC says that about 10 people die every day from drowning in this country. Most of them are males.
As we head into mosquito season, doctors say what you smell like could determine if you get bitten. Mosquitoes use scent to zero in on a target. They like colognes and perfumes, especially floral ones, and they're also drawn to beer and Limburger cheese. If you're spending a lot of time outdoors this weekend, keep in mind that mosquitoes also like the smell of sweat.
All right, they like us all is what it is.
There's no winning.
Let's talk about the weather for this weekend. All-important forecast, Lonnie Quinn live in Columbus Circle. Checking it out. Hey, Lonnie.
All right, that's a great story. Limburger cheese and smelly feet are bringing on the mosquitoes. All right, guys, what we've got here right now is a drop in temperature. They're going to continue to drop. Check out the mobile weather lab, pulling in a 63.1 temperature reading right here at the very corner as you look out onto Columbus Circle. So if you take a view over the city, look out across all of our rooftops, you're going to find that we've dropped those temperatures pretty quickly here over the last hour, about 4 degrees or so. So it's clearing sky. It's dropping temperatures, and they will continue to drop. Current temperatures show you're already in the mid-40s in Liberty. It's 46 degrees. Now, if I show you the future temperatures, watch how they're going to drop from here. Liberty, Monticello, places like that, Sullivan County, Ulster County, you're dropping to the freezing mark and below. It will be 31 degrees 5 a.m. in Liberty. I mean, this is Memorial Day weekend, right? 46, the starting point in New York City. The radar picture is pretty quiet out there. There's a shower, a little speck of green here or there. It's basically offshore. I'm not worrying about that tonight. And tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of sunshine. The bigger picture shows you the front slides through. Look at that big swath of clear air. That's your air tomorrow, but it does come all compliments of the Canadians with a nice northwest wind, so you're going to be on the cool side. So is it a mountain weekend or a beach weekend? Well, similar setup with your sky cover. Let's talk the difference in temperatures. It's going to be warmer, actually, in the mountains. So if you're heading to the mountains, I mean, it looks like Sunday's going to be your warmest day. Saturday's going to be the coolest day. And on Monday, you got a bit of a chance for a shower, even a thunderstorm in the mountains, which I don't think is going to be as much a risk for the beach forecast. Basically, the further north you go, the more likely you will find some rain or some stronger rain on Monday. So for the beach, your temperatures are cooler because you have that ocean influence. But still, it looks like Sunday is the best day for anyone. And across the board, my 5-day forecast looks like this. Saturday, 69. Sunday, 80 degrees in Central Park. I'm telling you, man, sheet metal's going to be just jamming out there with a beautiful sun overhead. Monday, about 77 degrees. I'm not quite done hinting at the possibility for a shower on Monday, especially late in the day, but I think a good chunk of the day on Monday is going to be pretty darn nice. And then that's when you'll find the clouds come in later in the day with that shower chance. And really, it's more so on Tuesday and Wednesday. You could see some thunderstorms out there. Maybe they get here a little bit earlier, but on Tuesday and Wednesday, you're looking at temperatures the lower and mid-80s. So that really is some summer-like feel. But this is the unofficial kickoff. Guys, full steam ahead. It looks pretty good. We're live here in Columbus Circle. Back to you guys in the studio. My hair is better at this hour than it was at 5 o'clock.
No, less windy. Thank you, Lonnie.
All right, we're going to take a break. Sports is next with Otis. Don't go away.
When news breaks, expect more from CBS 2. More reporters, more details, more coverage. When it comes to breaking news, no one beats CBS 2.
You on the list?
Yep, it's about a half-hour wait.
Oh, boy.
You feel like doing something a little dirty?
Make sure it stays nice and dirty.
Land Rover Parsippany, a Paul Miller company. Let the adventure begin.
Hurry, the Jennifer Convertibles Memorial Day sale ends Monday. Save up to 50% store-wide. Plus, finance interest-free until 2017. Again, get great fashion, big savings, and interest-free financing at the Jennifer Convertibles Memorial Day sale through Monday.
Every villain knows a getaway car requires abundant power, impeccable style, and of course, the cover of darkness. But what if it's a different kind of getaway you're after? The F-Type convertible and the F-Type coupe from Jaguar. Oh, it's good to be bad.
Jaguar has been ranked highest in customer satisfaction with dealer service among luxury brands by J.D. Power.
There are a lot of channels on your TV, but only so many you want to watch. What if you could pay for the types of channels you want, and not the ones you don't? Now, Fios brings you a totally new way to customize your TV, starting at $74.99 per month with no annual contract. Get custom TV, including internet and phone, price guaranteed for 2 years. Or get $300 back in free DVR service for 1 year with a 2-year agreement. Hurry, offer ends June 8th. Go to getfios.com. Cable just gives you channels. Fios gives you choice.
The reality of flying today? It's not pretty. They pack you in there. You hardly have any space for yourself. There's gotta be a way to fly with a little respect.
Enjoy JetBlue's award-winning customer service.
Memorial Day is back, and so are the savings at the Hyundai Memorial Day sales event. What better way to start the summer than behind the wheel of one of Kelley Blue Book's 10 best SUVs under $25,000. The 2015 Hyundai Santa Fe Sport for just $199 a month. Or drive home in U.S. News & World Report's 2015 Best Midsize Car for the Money, the Sonata, for just $139 a month. So hurry in for incredible deals on every model. And in honor of your service, we're doubling our military coupon to $1,000. Now until May 25th.
Otis Livingston is here now with sports, and that was fun.
Yeah, keep hope alive. Now, we've seen the Rangers come back from being down 3-1 to win a series, so they can do it, but it's certainly not how they draw it up. So tonight was almost must-win situation. Game 4 down in Tampa, and guess what? There was a Rick Nash sighting, like Bigfoot Yeti. Nash uses his size to shake off the defender, then he beats Ben Bishop, gives the Rangers a 1-0 lead. Nash's first goal since Game 6 of the Capital Series. Now in the second game, tied at 1, Kevin Klein's shot stopped by Bishop, but Chris Kreider's there to clean up the rebound for the goal, give the Rangers the lead. 3-1 Rangers in the third. Blue shirts on the power play. Martin St. Louis sighting as well. Puts in his first goal of the playoffs. Henrik Lundqvist. You look marvelous. Look like the king tonight, allowing only 1 goal while saving 36 as the Rangers win big. 5-1 was the final. So that should be a very happy Ranger airplane coming back to the Big Apple as they've regained home ice advantage. Let's send it down to Tampa right now, where our Steve Overmeyer witnessed the offensive onslaught by the Blue Shirts. Steve?
Yeah, Otis, I mean, this was a typical Rangers postseason game, or the kind of Rangers postseason games we have come to expect. A dirty goal here and there, a tighter game. Nash got one, St. Louis got one, but most importantly, Hank was Hank. There's a reason why this team was the best team in the NHL this year, and tonight they showed it.
Well, this is a big win for our team, you know. Hank played tremendous at key times where they were humming and they were coming. And Hank kept it where it needed to be and tried to series up and go back home.
All the games that we played have been 1-goal games, all our wins. You know, in the playoffs, it's just the W that matters. You know, when you score 5 goals against a great team like they have, you expect them to come and tighten things up for the next one.
All right, so the Rangers did what they needed to do. They got a split here in Tampa, and they bring home ice back to New York. Game 5 will be in New York coming up on Sunday. From Tampa, Steve Overmeyer, CBS 2 News. Otis?
All right, thanks a lot, Steve. Time for us to step aside for a minute. When we return, the night on the diamond. Yankees with some late thunder. Or would it be too late to lasso the Texas Rangers?
Closed captioning on CBS 2 News is brought to you by Verizon. Traffic and weather on the 2s.
Every 10 minutes on the 2s.
On the 2s. Traffic and weather on the 2s.
On the 2s.
Traffic and weather on the 2s. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 a.m. on CBS 2 News This Morning. Every cup has a story.
My Dunkin' Latte is a midday treat.
I can't think without my Dunkin' Latte. My Dunkin' Latte brightens my mood.
It's a premium latte without a premium price.
Get any medium latte for $1.99 from 2 to 6 p.m. Your coffee, your Dunkin'.
The #1 advance in prostate cancer treatment in a decade is CyberKnife. And there's only one CyberKnife in all of Manhattan, Winthrop's NY CyberKnife. It's as effective as surgery, but with no pain, no incontinence, and less risk of impotence. The Winthrop NY CyberKnife Center on Amsterdam and 66th. Home to the #1 CyberKnife prostate cancer team in the country. Winthrop's NY CyberKnife, Manhattan's one and only. Winthrop University Hospital. Your health means everything.
Something Rotten is the new Broadway musical that's reminding everyone why we love Broadway musicals. It's about time you discovered this irreverent, ingenious, deliriously entertaining blockbuster that brings down the house. It has critics writing small words, big words, full sentences, and extra long paragraphs for people with too much time on their hands. It's being called the funniest musical in 400 years, or at least since the Book of Mormon. Something Rotten, nominated for 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. This is why you love Broadway, period. I mean exclamation point!
Il sole, il mare, il colori, il sapore, la vita che amore.
No matter what your sense of adventure is, nothing satisfies it like the Charisma Gourmet Inclusive Experience. Taste it today at Azul Hotels.
Summer's around the corner. Start the new season with Raymore and Flanagan's Memorial Day sale. Every style on sale.
Believe me, they got furniture for your budget.
Freshen any room with the best brands at low, low sale prices.
Have you checked out the financing?
No interest for 60 months, all delivered in 3 days or less. The Memorial Day sale going on right now at Raymore and Flanagan.
It's summertime
when you say it's summertime. With the new Mango Passion Fruit Colada from Dunkin'. Grab any small colada for $1.99. America runs on Dunkin'.
Welcome back, everyone. Michael Pineda has been the Yankees' best pitcher this season, leads them in wins, ERA, and in strikeouts. So when they're struggling as they are now, he's got to step up and stop the bleeding. Instead, he just ripped the Band-Aid off the wound. Prince Fielder was a real Prince Charming for the Rangers. He homered twice. His first one came in the third, and then Mitch Moreland makes it 7-0. Yankees kept clawing back, though. Didi Gregorius homered to make it 7-4, then Garrett Jones makes it 10-8. Not to be left out was Mark Teixeira, sent out a text message in the ninth. Only down one, just one more, but Stephen Drew grounds out for the final out of the game. Yankees fall short 10-9. They've now lost 8 of 9. Mets say they're going to a 6-man rotation, so it looks like Noah Syndergaard is going to stick around for a little bit. Struck out 5 in Pittsburgh, but also gave up 4 runs in 6 innings. Didn't really matter because the Mets pleaded no contest against Garrett Cole, who struck out 10. Mets dropped that series opener in Pittsburgh. 4-1 was the final. And finally tonight, someone get me Jack Nicklaus on the horn. Just want to talk to him about the Top of the Rock golf course in Branson, Missouri that he designed. Yeah, there appears to be something wrong near the driving range.
Whoa.
Check out this hole. It's a sinkhole about 80 feet wide and 35 feet deep in some places. That would work for me, though. I might actually shoot par if every hole was that one.
That would be.
But no one was injured or anything like that. Yeah.
Wow. You said Top of the Rock. I thought right in Midtown they got
the Top of the
Rock Center.
Got a driving range up there? No.
So the Rangers.
Yeah.
Can they do this thing?
Oh, of course they can. They came back from down 3-1. 2-2 is a piece of cake.